Hey there, welcome back to Hello Moonlight Vlogs, or hello if you're new. My name is Raven, and today we are doing another day in the life. If you're new to my channel or you're just jumping in and you haven't been here in a while, I have started doing days in the life in between weekly vlogs. So one week I do a day in the life, the other week I'll do a weekly vlog, and just keep going in that motion. And this day is actually a Wednesday. It was supposed to be a cozy Wednesday. I've started taking Wednesdays off again. I used to do this before Vlogmas, and I started doing it in the fall, and I started doing it again as sort of just a mental health thing. I find that I get kind of burnt out, and I just am able to retain a better work schedule if I just take a break in the middle of the week. And it's sort of like an introvert mental health day because my husband works on Wednesdays, so this is the day of the week that I get to clean and be cozy without him. Not that I don't like him. I like him enough to have married him. I just like to be alone. Anyways, so this was actually like the first Wednesday of the new year, so I wanted to have a good day of just cleaning and crocheting. I had a few projects that had been on the back burner between editing sessions that I really wanted to get done before I started new projects for the new year. And I started the day off wanting to work on this blanket while I was filming a cloud time lapse, and that ended up with so much yarn barf that I think it took me over an hour to unknot, which I know that's not the most exhilarating content, but I wanted to leave this in here because I feel like if I had seen someone doing this and struggling with this when I first started crocheting, I would have felt a lot less bad about getting my own yarn barf. This happens to everyone. It's something you learn to deal with and you get better at. It's not always this bad, by the way. It's that this was the leftover yarn from a 1 pound skein that had a center pole. And this type of yarn in particular, I've worked with it a few times. I love this yarn, but it does cling to itself, which is what causes it to get all knotted up. And this was like halfway through that skein, and it was absolutely ridiculous, and it took forever. But I just wanted to leave this in there for anyone who is like very overwhelmed with yarn barf or is just getting started with crafting and feels like it's a personal thing that is wrong with them. It's not. It happens to everyone. And also, it took so much time out of my day that I felt like if I didn't show you, you wouldn't have believed me. This took so long that I decided to just go ahead, take a shower, and make lunch. I hadn't gotten any cleaning done yet, but I was really hungry, and I've been wanting to include more vegetables in with my eating, but I'm also really craving comfort foods such as my favorite noodles. This is my absolute favorite kind of instant noodle, and so I just sort of made whatever type of dish this is called. I called it a noodle salad. I don't know if that's right, but it was just some sauteed greens and veggies and mushrooms, and so good with the noodles. I did end up using most of the broth, but it like got soaked into the veggies, and it was so freaking good and creamy. Now, unfortunately, around this time I started getting on my phone to just look at social media because that's what I normally do while I was eating, and this was a really weird day, it turned out to be. I did end up doom scrolling for several hours and watching the live events. This was the day that the thing at the Capitol happened. I didn't film anything that happened with like me doom scrolling, but I did want to continue with the video and like basically show how I was recovering from the anxiety of it. Obviously, nothing happened to me, but it it affected all of us, and it was very nerve-wracking, and I was in this downward spiral of, well, I have to be educated and involved, even though me as a person, it was a really weird spiral to be in, and I was exhausted. I did a little bit of cleaning. I wanted to get so much more cleaning done, but you know, several hours had been lost, so I took some time to cuddle on the couch with Daisy, and we watched Sailor Moon together. I actually fell asleep on the couch. What was just supposed to be like a cute little time lapse of me cuddling Daisy turned into me falling asleep and then dropping my glasses off the table, which is fine. They didn't break or anything. Don't worry about that. I just. Ugh. Daisy also was like pushing her head down on me to make sure I stayed in place. I think a good self-care tip is to listen to what your dog has to say, because cuddling on the couch with her was really helpful. After my unintentional nap, I decided to just go ahead and get the space a little more cozy, and then while I had Sailor Moon going, I really wanted to get the tree down. I didn't have the energy for it at that point. The tree is still up, by the way. But I did go ahead and get all of the ornaments off the tree, all of our special coffee shop ornaments. I freaking love our tree this year, and I'm not mad that it's still up, but it will go down soon, I think. And yeah, so I just took some ornaments off the tree. It was something that I wanted to get more of done, but I was just taking baby steps because I understood that like I was not in the mindset to get more than that done, and so I was just accepting what I could get done. So at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I had been playing Animal Crossing for a while, but I didn't think to film it. I had a lot of anxious energy in me, and like ideally I would have loved to have gone on a walk or maybe even gone to the gym, but like those things were not options. It was very dark, and I was just not I didn't even have a gym membership at this point. So I decided to do a Chloe Ting video just to try and get some movement going, get some of that anxious energy burned off. Once again, listen to your dog. Daisy knows best, and Daisy decided that instead of working out, I really just needed a good laugh, which she wasn't wrong. Just listen to your dog. They know exactly what you need. after my failure of a workout. Actually, I think this might have been before. It's really hard to tell because I filmed this on my phone and those don't get put in the same order as the clips that are filmed on my camera. I took a bath and did a face mask. I don't use face masks very often, but I really was trying to just calm my nerves down. And I think it did help a lot. It was not the day I expected. It's not the day that most of us were expecting, but I still have a life to live and I still have anxiety to deal with. So I didn't do all of my normal night routine things, but I did set myself up to have a better day the next day because I had editing to do, and that was how I finished the day. I worked on my bullet journal and did my Google Keep list. I don't do this every day, but I definitely needed the mental clarity after all of this. So without anything else to say, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It wasn't the video that I expected to film, but sometimes that's how it goes. So I hope you're having a fantastic day. Please hit subscribe and I will see you guys on next week, actually. Bye.